Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Folge 5 von The Beginner's Guide. Ich bin euer Mr. Wreden 1974 und wir sind schon im Jahre 2011, also in dem finalen Jahr. Und mal gucken, vielleicht kriegen wir es in der Folge auch schon durch, sonst auf jeden Fall in der nächsten. Ihr seht, so lang ist das wirklich nicht. Ja. Es wird Zeit, die Maschine zu verhören. Wir machen es jetzt mal Jack Bauer-Style. Wir zeigen der Maschine, wer der Herr ist. Die Maschine heißt Coda. Jetzt ein bisschen crazy da draußen. Wenn man seinen schlimmsten Feind nach sich selber nennt. Das mit der Presse fand ich natürlich richtig klasse. Da ist die Maschine.
And of course, it's the machine.
So, die Maschine uns mal richtig vor. Nichts. Dann mache ich das eben. Extra für euch meine Anhänger. Aber leider schlechte Nachrichten. Die Maschine will nicht zugeben, das uns absichtlich geschadet zu haben. Doch das spielt keine Rolle. Wir sind stärker, als sie meint. Lasst uns Vergeltung üben. Folgt mir, wir werden alles zerstören, was die Maschine geschaffen hat. Na, kriege ich kein Spielzeug? Doch, natürlich. So. Jetzt kann man hier alles wegknallen. Schluss mit lustig. Zeit, Codas Werk zu zerstören.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Ihr merkt, was Davey gerade erzählt, ne? Kommt euch die Szene irgendwie bekannt vor? Wenn nicht, dann guckt euch die Folge nochmal an. Wird ziemlich gut dieses Kapitel beschrieben.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Ist dem so. Nein. Sicherlich nicht.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Ich habe, glaube ich, in der letzten Folge vergessen, das, was ich sagen wollte, eigentlich zu erzählen. Ich wollte diesen schönen Spannung. Man kann nicht kommunizieren. Merkt euch das mal auch fürs Ende. Zeit für den Turm.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Ja, es ist sehr atmosphärisch. Es ist nicht unbedingt ein Happy Place. Auch die schönen Geräusche im Hintergrund.
This room actually has a maze in it. Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then, every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But, I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press the Use key on your gamepad, and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Das ist auch gut so. Das Labyrinth wird mich auch in den Wahnsinn treiben. Aber merkt euch das. Ein Labyrinth, das denjenigen in den Wahnsinn treibt.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Jetzt kommt das nächste Rätsel.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Ja, ich habe mich fast daran erinnert. Aber auch das ist ein Rätsel, das kann man schaffen. Mit viel, viel Zeit. Genauso wie das Labyrinth. Das ist mit viel, viel Zeit schaffbar. Auch das merkt ihr euch mal schön für das, was gleich kommt. Es geht weiter nach oben. Da wollen wir ja schließlich hin.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first two challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
So, da geht's weiter.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why.
Und hier wird's eben interessant. Er verteidigt am Anfang ja, Spiele müssen nicht spielbar sein. Lösungen müssen, oder beziehungsweise Probleme müssen nicht immer eine Lösung haben. Aber in seiner Welt doch wohl doch, ne? Hier richtig?
I remember, it's June of 2011, I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though, that was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Tja, was bedeuten wohl die 3 Punkte? Das war die Chance für euch.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed.
Ja, hat Davey gefehlt? Oder ist es ein Gefühl, was ihr gerade auch habt?
Where did I screw up?
So. Weil ich ein Schwein bin, gehe ich jetzt da rein und beende dann die Folge. Und in der nächsten Folge ist Finale. Lest mal für euch selbst.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Bis zum Finale. Tschüss.